So my roommate recently got this chest from the antique shop down the street, but as is so often the case, there's no key for the antique lock. But I was taking a look at it, and I've been reading about lock making recently. It's actually a pretty simple mechanism, I think. I think it'll work. There's this. The cylinder just needs to be turned, and there's a couple of little wards in there to circumvent in making a key. And you can see it's fairly simple in the back. If you turn the cylinder with the key, there's just two little bolts that it will pull in and lock the trunk. So I took some measurements with my calipers and did up a sketch of what I think the theoretical key should look like. So I guess I'm gonna just try and make one. I've never tried this before. My first step is going to be finding a chunk of steel that's the appropriate thickness for my key. The smallest measurement I had in terms of width, or the largest rather, was 3.4 millimeters. So I guess I'd need a piece around 3.2 millimeters ideally. I measured this one and it's about 2.6 millimeters, which I expected it to be a lot thicker. But then I remembered I have this sheet of steel back here that should be around 3 millimeters. So I guess I'll just take out a chunk of that and get started. So to start, I've just sketched out the basic proportions of the key. I was thinking about maybe a little bit of embellishment in the back, but that's just a sketch. You know, we'll see how I feel when it's more progressed. But now I'm just going to go and chop it out with a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade on it. So there's the rough shape of the key just with the jigsaw. Now it's time to go to the far more arduous jeweler's saw. I don't do a lot of jewelry work, so I'll probably break a bunch of blades, but that's okay because I ordered a gross of them. Oh, so much work. Alright, it's starting to look like a key now. Next I'm going to clean up some of these messy cuts with a file. Alright, let's compare with the measurements a little bit. Ooh. Wow, I need to file that. Alright, looks good. Belt sander! Oh, I gotta plug it in. Alright, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going back to the files. That looks about right. Now it's time for the little indent. Just gonna trim down the top of the key and round it out a little bit. This little key's getting hot. I think it's time to go try it out. Let's see if this thing works. Now it looks like I need to trim it down a little bit. Getting there though. I've been running back and forth and it still doesn't fit. I think it'll be a lot easier if I round off this bottom part, because the roundedness of this top part up here is what's not quite fitting. So I'm gonna give that a try. Okay, we'll try again. Alright, that seems to work. Check it out on the back. Now the whole thing fits together pretty snug, but locked. Excellent. And unlocked. There you go. Well, now that the key works, all that's left is to fancy it up a little bit. Something like that, maybe. Alright, a little handmade key. Now I'm just going to seal it in beeswax and linseed oil, and then there you go. Finished thing.